Good morning. I just want to say there is absolutely no candy that lasts 5 years in my house. Not even remotely. And for proof, I give you a tight shirt and tight pants. Anyway, nice to be here. I'm excited about the songs I'm singing for you today. My name is Daniel Nahmad, and I hope you enjoy. Here we go. If you're feeling very relaxed and very chill, these aren't the songs for you. I'm through asking where I'm going. I've been asking all my life. I've grown tired of all this wondering when everything seems to turn out right. So when my mind needs something to do, wants to know the future, I whisper this: I'm okay. I've always been, and I'll always be that way. You want to sing that line with me? I'm okay. I'm okay. I've always been, I've always been, and I'll always be that way. And I'll always be that way. So here goes nothing. I'm taking a chance. I'm opening up, knowing that I'm in good hands. And here goes everything. It's all on the line. No, but I'm not afraid this time. Some say it's crazy, some say naive, to close my eyes and take the leap. But I know better, 'cause I believe even in the dark my soul can see. So when my mind plays its usual games, oh, my answer is always the same. Yeah, here goes nothing. I'm taking a chance. I'm opening up, knowing that I'm in good hands. And here goes everything. It's all on the line. Oh, but I'm not afraid this time. Here goes nothing. I'm taking a chance. I'm opening up, knowing that I'm in good hands. And here goes everything. It's all the line. Oh, but I'm not afraid this time. No, I'm not afraid this time, 'cause I'm okay. I've always been, and I'll always be that way. I'm okay. I've always been, and and I'll always be that way.
Daniel Nahmod, what a gift to have you here with us, my friend, the premier singer-songwriter in the New Thought movement. So glad you're with us. Laura, Mile High Band, incredible to have them here as well. Great to have you here. For those of us online watching us in the Broncos at the same time, we welcome you as well. Our practitioners are also holding vigil. You can't lose to the Jets. The Jets. Welcome to Mile High Church. The great Jean Houston, she once said, "We all have extraordinary coded within us waiting to be released." And I love that statement because it speaks to something really essential about our philosophy here. And that is, there is nothing you need to do in order to be extraordinary. There's only that which you need to unearth. And for so many of us who've lived so much of life burying that extraordinariness, so much of coming here to Mile High Church in our daily lives is remembering the preciousness of who we are, the awesomeness of who we are, and choosing to emphatically demonstrate it each and every day. So I honor the extraordinary in you, in each and every one of us. If you're new to Mile High Church, we have a vision and mission we love to recite each week. It's coming up on the screens if you want to say it along with me. It goes like this. Our vision, oneness revealed. A world of love, peace, and abundance for all. And our mission, to serve as a spiritual beacon for personal empowerment and global enlightenment. So grateful to have Daniel here today. So grateful to have Reverend Linda Rangel, who's about to lead us in prayer. But as we move into our shared spiritual practice, just invite us to take a deep breath in honoring ourselves for being present here, just in this right now. Knowing that as we bring ourselves fully and completely into this moment, the gifts of the divine are open to us right here and right now.
in this divine sacred moment, we become ever more present to ourselves and to spirit as we draw another sacred breath. Oh, and we just know with every cell, tissue, and fiber of our being that that is indeed the breath of God, so freely, so generously given to everyone, equally, everywhere. And we know in this moment that there is that one creative ultimate presence, that power, that initiator, that designer, the originator, the one that installed within us that divine healing matrix that allows us to heal, to grow, and to evolve. It is that power that allows the 37 million cells within us to be replaced, renewed, rejuvenated, and reinvigorated. Oh, we speak our word in this moment for this divine connection that is so individual to each of us. It knows us physically and emotionally, mentally, spiritually, relationally, and financially. And it offers to us that connection that is indeed intimate, ineffable, amazing, mysterious, and indivisible. And we know furthermore in this moment that nothing can divide us or distance us from this sacred connection. For it is eternal, it is immortal, it is everlasting, just as spirit is, birthless and deathless, ageless and timeless. So for all of this and the wondrous and miraculous ways we get to express in this world, we simply say together, and so it is.
Do you ever feel, but try to ignore, something real, something more? Well, your secret's safe, but by the way, I feel it too. So this is me. I've got to go. I've got no plan. I've just got to know what's calling me, 'cause I believe it's something true. And I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. If it's the last thing I ever do, I'm gonna find it. It's just a matter of time, yeah. And when I do, I promise you, it's gonna be real never been the kind of guy to stride the stage, to own the night. I'd rather hide. I'd sooner ride along than drive. But in my dreams, how sweet it feels. The red turns green, hands on the wheel. The road is mine. It's finally time to bring on the light, and I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. If it's the last thing I ever do, I'm gonna find it. It's just a matter of time, yeah. And when I do, I swear to you, when I do, I promise you, it's gonna be real. Gonna hold it in my hands, gonna taste it on my tongue, I'm gonna show it to the world, I'm gonna tell them what I've done, gonna see it with my eyes, I'm gonna carry it in my arms, I'm gonna shout it to the wind, I'm gonna feel it in my heart, I'm gonna hold it in my hands, I'm gonna taste it on my tongue, I'm gonna show it to the world, I'm gonna tell them what I've done, I'm gonna see it with my eyes, gonna carry it in my arms, gonna shout it to the wind, I'm gonna feel it in my heart, gonna feel it in my heart. Am I nervous? Of course I am. You don't even have to ask. Facing a mystery, anyone would be. One more step and it's out of my hands. There can be no turning back. Can't say what's in front of me, but you know I can't wait to see. This is something I owe to myself. This is something I've just gotta do. I don't know what I'll find, but there's one thing I know in my life. It's gotta be, it's just gotta be true. I remember, of course I do, how I used to hear my heart, what I most want to be, what I most long to see. But that voice has faded so far away. I hardly recognize myself. What happened to me? No wonder I couldn't breathe. This is something I owe to myself. This is something I've just gotta do. I don't know what I'll find, but there's one thing I know about my life. It's gotta be, it's just gotta be true. It's been a lifelong habit, gave away my power, playing follow the leader again and again. But my soul won't have it, I won't hide or cower. I'm ready to dive back in. This is something I owe to myself. This is something I've just gotta do. I don't care what I find. Well, there's one thing I know about my life. It's just gotta be true. Yeah. It's gotta be true. It's gotta be true.
Daniel Niemod, everybody. Do yourself a favor and pick up some of his music in person here or online. Daniel, you and I are close friends. We talk regularly, and one of the things I love about you, it's kind of this vision statement to write a great song in every genre of music, and I think you've accomplished that. We've even heard the rap song here. But just honor the incredible gift, and I just also, the only thing better you are than a musician is a man, a husband, a dad, and a friend. I got off a plane in Long Beach, California a few weeks ago, and do you know who the first person I saw was? Daniel Niemod. Not planned. He was just there, and I thought, God, I am so supported. So thanks for the incredible friend that you are. Judy, I love you. It's good to see you. Hey, I want to invite Karen Thomas to the stage. Karen Thomas has graced Mile High Church with incredible hard work here for over 26 years. She is best known as our events director. All these major speakers that you see, and you see it go all flawlessly, it's because of all of her hard work behind the scenes. It's amazing, and yet I don't think there's a part of Mile High Church that has not been touched by your work in some way, shape, or form. Most recent, in the last couple of years, she, after COVID, took on the job of our bookstore in the time of Amazon and helped reinvent it and keep it afloat. We have a wonderful Works of Heart store here because of Karen Thomas. And at the end of this year, Karen, you are officially retiring. And it's so important for us to honor the incredible presence, all of the hard work, all the guidance that you've given to the ministers and the staff here. You are a jewel in the crown of this place, and we are so very, very grateful for you.
Thank you. I would like to express my gratitude to Dr. Roger Teal for hiring me, and to my mentors, Dr. Marjorie Stamm, Delma Teal, Dr. Patty Lukenbach, Dr. Barry Ebert, and also to Reverend Josh, Dr. Michelle, and Karma Lytle, for entrusting me with the Works of Heart store after COVID, and especially to Jan and Mike Van Meter, who are the heart and soul of the store. And I also want to thank each and every one of you, because without you, I would have never have had this amazing career. And so I thank you.
Thank you so much, Karen. Karen is a practitioner here and remains one, so she's just retiring from the work part, but we are so grateful for the gift you are in our community. Thank you. It's my honor to continue our adventure in faith this morning. Our theme, this moment, making the very best from every right here. And the invitation is to take a leap of faith right where we are. to have a greater faith, not in anything ethereal or abstract or outside of us, but to increase our faith in the value and the power of this moment. To take the leap of faith into standing still and recognizing that in this moment is everything I need to be all that I am. Will you say that again with me? We tried it last week too. In this moment is everything I need to be all that I am. Thank you. In this moment, everything I need to heal, everything I need to deepen and to grow, everything I need to forgive, everything I need to take the next step forward is right here and right now. Last week, we explored the topic of love in this moment, and this morning, we're exploring the idea of trust in this moment. If you listen to my talks, you know I've had a really tough year or so. Loss has been my greatest teacher. Grief has been my greatest teacher. Sorrow has been my greatest teacher. Transformation and change has been my greatest teacher. And getting to be your minister has been God's grace to me. It's kept me accountable. It's kept me transparent and open. It's kept my faith in working towards something working better for myself and for everyone all around me. So thank you for that. And one of the things I've noticed going through this time, it's probably always been there, but it's been magnified, is what can sometimes be an everyday lack of trust in my own capabilities. An everyday lack of trust in myself. Maybe you relate. I would articulate it in the form of the following question. Why do I so infrequently think I am capable of what I am about to do? Why do I so infrequently think I am capable of what I'm about to do? Do you resonate with that at all? Yes. Sure, there are things I want to be prepared for, like a presentation to you or teaching a class, but it's a little neurotic too. It's like I'm worried that I'm going to remember to call Susan or not. Or I'm worried that I'm going to get a good rest. Why do I so infrequently think I am capable of doing what I'm about to do? So I took it to that person in which I get the majority of my advice. We often refer to this person as our inner critic. I asked this question, inner critic, why do I so infrequently think I am capable of what I am about to do? And my inner critic answered, well, because you're an idiot. You're a fraud. You have no idea what you're doing. Of course you're going to mess up. And Josh, before you get out there and speak, remember these inspirational words from Mark Twain. It is better to let people think you are dumb than to speak and remove all doubt. So you can see what the problem is right there. It's seeking advice from the inner critic. Do you ever do that? And here's the thing about the inner critic. For 98% of us, I'll qualify it in a moment, our inner critic is completely irrelevant. There is nothing relevant about your inner critic. Your inner critic is not relevant, it's relic. It's relic. If they released the James Webb Telescope into your own psyche, it would see the inner critic as this dead planet from eons and eons ago. Do you know why this is? And this is why I say for 98% of ourselves. The inner critic means well. Its job is to protect you. And it thinks, if I can keep you from expressing the truth of who you are, the authenticity of who you are, the possibility of who you are, then you'll be safe and comfortable. So I will do everything to scare the hell out of you so you don't be who you are. The truth is, most of us have overcome that. We've put ourselves forward. We've thrown ourselves into the arena of life. We seek our best to be transparent, open, honest people. And this relic called an inner critic is pretending to act like we haven't done that already. So the answer to the question, why do I so infrequently think I am capable of that which I am about to do, is because I have not honored the voice of my becoming. I have not taken enough time to give voice to that part of me whose job is not to protect myself from expressing, but now that I've expressed myself, is called to protect him, to support him, to listen to him, to help guide him. Do you have that voice in your life? Can you consult not the inner critic, but your highest self that knows the truth of who you are, that knows how courageous you are, and gets how darn capable you are for anything that is before you to do? So that's where my work was, and maybe your work too, to give voice to that part of yourself that supports you in the fullness of your becoming and not the relic of your past. That voice that supports you in the wholeness of your becoming and not in the relic of the past. A few things we can do to give that voice, to articulate that voice. One, write it down. Journal that voice. Journal not in the sense of today I went to the supermarket and I saw that sense of speaking your word for your higher self, knowing your capability, knowing that extraordinary that is encoded within you, giving yourself that supportive language. Give your highest self a voice so that it can echo in your life. Second, actually celebrate that thing you thought you were incapable of doing that you just did very well. Recognize it, honor it, celebrate it. See your own track record in your success and begin to believe in it. Third, scourge perfection from your life. Throw it out. Hit it over the head with a shovel. Be done with the image or idea that you need to be a perfect person. It is damaging and unhealthy and toxic. Do not try to be the perfect person, the perfect partner, the perfect parent, the perfect child, the perfect whatever it is, because giving 100% to being more than one thing is humanly impossible. It will burn and wear us out. 60% of you is okay. You're already extraordinary. So as opposed to trying to put all of ourselves in everything, let's honor what we have through good preparation and do the best we can every day and then the next day as well. It can change everything in your life, and that sense of perfection created by the inner critic, again, becomes relic. And who we are today and the voice we speak now in support of our becoming becomes relevant and the dominant voice in our lives. Lastly, our topic today, trust the moment. Trust in this moment. If you and I can learn to trust in this moment, all of the energy that we put into worrying and self-doubt and an epidemic within ourselves of distrust gets put into the faith of right here and right now and puts us in touch with a creative momentum that can move us forward into our greater and greater becoming. I wonder if you can think about the most challenging decision you've ever had to make in your life. What was the biggest decision you ever had to make? And before I go into that, I want to say something about trust. And that is that it's so important in everyday life to realize that trust is fluid, that trust isn't fixed. You can have strong trust in something, but as long as you're in relationship with yourself, with life, with a person, it's fluid. And things sometimes can get broken. But true faith is rebuilding that trust. And one of the biggest areas where this comes up for us in our lives is when we're faced with a new choice, when we're faced with this thing called opportunity. It should, by definition, pause us from trust and create kind of a healthy distrust distrust isn't a negative thing unless you set up camp and live there forever. The idea is when an opportunity comes forward, we want to move into a place of healthy discernment as opposed to in a place of control. Healthy discernment helps us get back to trust. Control says, I can't trust here, and I'm either going to go into a state of freaked out procrastination or into aggressive control. And I'm going to, in one of those two states, make terrible mistakes and inhibit myself. When I think of the biggest decision that I have ever made, it was to become a minister here at Mile High Church. That was the most challenging decision I ever had to make. Life was very dialed in and almost fairy tale-like for me in Seal Beach, California. I loved my congregation there. I loved my family. My biological family lived close by. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Lived by the beach. Got to come and speak here to you at Mile High Church. I had a feeling that Dr. Roger might be offering me a position. And then I remember talking to my fiance the night after I spoke, saying it just doesn't feel right. The connection's not really there. So when Roger offers me the ministry of janitorial services tomorrow, I'm going to say no thank you and gladly go back to everyday life. And that's not what happened. We had breakfast the next morning, and he shared quite powerfully for me his vision of his retirement and his vision for a lead minister at Mile High Church, and that he could see me potentially being it. I walked away from that discussion, went back to my hotel room, and I cried my eyes out. I bawled and bawled and bawled, not because of the opportunity to come to Mile High Church, but I knew my life as I knew it in that moment was over. That little fairy tale, comfortable existence was done. And that's what those tears were about. Have you ever had that moment when you've been shown or it's revealed to you that what is about to become what was? And can you have the courage to step into what is becoming? I like to think that when we're faced with an opportunity, there are 4 distinct choices that we can make. The first 2 are very obvious, yes and no. Yes, here's this opportunity, I'm going to step into it and I'm going to take it. Great. No, this opportunity is not for me, I'm going to say no to it. I believe that no is best used not as a negation, but as an affirmation. So when you say no to something, know what you're saying yes to. It's a very creative practice. I'm saying no to eating this cookie, not because I don't want the cookie. Trust me, I really want the cookie. But I'm saying yes to my physical health and well-being. This relationship, there may be nothing wrong with it, but I'm saying no to it because I'm saying yes to a different experience. It helps that affirmative no guide you to what you want. But there are 2 other choices that we tell ourselves often are not choosing, but they're choices too. The first and the most dangerous is inaction. Inaction is unconsciously not choosing, which itself is a choice. It's grounded in procrastination, in worry and fear, and it's guided by the inner critic that holds us back from being our courageous light and self in the world. The other side of inaction is what we might call non-action. Non-action is a conscious choice not to choose yet, but to choose to trust in this moment. Non-action is trusting in this moment and choosing not to make a decision, but to embody your virtues in face of the decision. Inaction hides from making a choice. Non-action gets right into confronting the choice, but holds back a decision to embody virtue and strength. So many of us have found this in raising kids. Have you had that experience, especially when they get older, where you're questioning, where do I push and where do I yield? And I've almost always learned, and sometimes you have to push and it's going to be a mistake, but that never worked towards getting what I wanted for my child. Ultimately, what would work is to plant seeds and then hold back and yield and trust. And then it's amazing when it kicks in. And then the child gets to say, look, I did that all by myself, right? In our Adventures in Faith materials on the website, and there's some in the lobby too, there's a worksheet about making decisions, about those opportunities that come up in our lives. And it's pretty simple. You just write on the top the opportunity, and then in the 4 quadrants, you have yes, no, non-action, and inaction. And in those, you write what the consequence would be of that decision, positive or negative. When I was invited to be a minister here at Mile High Church, my first answer was a resounding no. No way. I am so happy where I am. It's so dialed in. But I had to look at giving that no as the final choice, and I had to ask myself, what are the consequences? Consequence number 1, you'll regret it for the rest of your life, saying no. Consequence 2, denial of the call. Josh, when you became a minister, you said to the divine, my calling is to spread this message to as many people as I can through whatever medium is offered to me. Well, look. So to say no was to refuse the call. So I knew I couldn't say no, so I did the next best step, which is I moved into total inaction. Dr. Roger who? Mile High what? Just ignoring all of those things. And this worked for a while, but eventually I had to see what the consequences of inaction were. And ultimately, it meant being out of integrity and out of congruence with who I really am. See, what I've learned about inaction in my life, and maybe you have too, is my biggest mistakes in life have never been about saying yes or no to anything. There are those choices of inaction. Not speaking up for myself or for someone else, not doing the courageous thing, has led to the majority of negative consequences that I've experienced in my life. So inaction wasn't going to work either. Thank God for non-action. I don't know what I do. I don't know what to do. I have a little saying I developed at the time. I don't know where I'm going, but I think I know how to get there. That's something that non-action teaches us, because it teaches us to trust in this moment and to embody our virtues. For me, that meant honesty. It meant beginning to speak to people back home and hear about the possibility of this big change in my life. It meant embodying love and purpose and calling, because if I was going to say yes, I was going to have to get back aligned with my purpose. And it also meant trust in knowing that it might not work out. And that was actually the most important thing for me that moved me into yes, and why you see me standing before you here today. I had to get the yes right. The yes was never going to be, oh, you're going to go to Mile High Church, be the lead minister, and be super successful, because that was no one's choice for me to be that but yours. The yes was to become a minister at Mile High Church, which in a way felt like a step down. But what the message was for me is whether or not this works out for you or not, it will either be just that or it will be a stepping stone into your next highest and best. And it was only when I clarified that yes that I realized that the consequence was only one thing, and that is my highest and best good. When we're faced with opportunities, give yourself that time to explore all the different choices before you and do the best to ensure the best consequence or result possible. That being said, a few things about trusting in the moment before we close today. You have total control as an adult of your choices, but you have zero control over the consequences of those choices. That's a difficult thing to accept, but I have found in my experience that it's true. That I have always a say in what I choose, but I never have a say in what the results may be. Therefore, don't go meddling with the results. Get back to choice. Even if I think I've made the wrong decision, it's not a time to try and change that decision, but to make a new choice. I love something that General George Marshall said at the height of World War II. He was the chief of staff of the military. He said, "I've had to train myself never to worry about a decision once it's made. You worry before you make it, but not after. You make the best judgment you can about a problem, then forget it. If you don't, your mind is not fit to make the next decision." A consequence may inspire you to make a new choice, but don't get drowned in the consequence. Always focus on that new choice by trusting in the moment and having that new start right here and right now. Point number 2, even if things go off the rails, you're still on the right track. Even if things go off the rails, you're still on the right track. How can that be true? Because of that extraordinary that is within you. Sometimes we find in life that things need to fall apart before they get better. Sometimes we find in life that something on the surface level of our consciousness that isn't what we want is actually in service to a deeper desire within ourselves that's coming about. A deeper prayer to understand love and living and applying our purpose. The only way to truly get off track is to lose your center. But if we can trust in the moment, no matter what seems to be going off the rails, we're getting back in line with the truth of who we are. I love a poem from Rainer Maria Rilke that goes like this. Quiet friend who has come so far, feel how your breathing makes more space around you. Let this darkness be a bell tower and you the bell. As you ring, what batters you becomes your strength. Move back and forth into the change. What is it like, such intensity of pain? If the drink is bitter, turn yourself to wine. In this uncontainable night, be the mystery at the crossroads of your senses, the meaning discovered there. And if the world has ceased to hear you, say to the silent earth, I flow. To the rushing water, speak, I am. Lastly, recognize that trust is variable. Trust is variable. In other words, it's breakable, but it's always rebuildable. The whole science of mind and spirit is based on the concept that the universe is for you and not against you. It's this incredible, audacious notion that the nature of the universe and the world is for good, is towards freedom, is towards liberation, understanding, and love. And the only thing that often gets in the way of that good, that freedom, that liberation and well-being making itself known in our lives is our own consciousness. We like to say the universe is for you and not against you. And what else does that mean? It means that everything in it is for you and not against you as well. Powerful notion. My mind is for me and not against me. My body is for me and not against me. My relationships are for me and not against me. My job is for me and not against me. And yet we all know with these relationships, all the way down to our relationship with this thing called life, sometimes things happen that don't feel like that. This doesn't look like my good. This doesn't feel very good to me. It's then that we can get in an honest and sincere distrust. But real trust in this moment is that willingness to rebuild it. Universe, this is what it would take to rebuild trust in you again. God, this is what it would take to rebuild trust in you again. In our relationships within ourselves, mind, this is what it would take. Body, this is what it would take. Life is relational and trust is variable. But those of us who will succeed most in becoming the truth of who we are will always seek to build that trust. Moving into prayer this morning, I invite any of our incredible practitioner prayer partners to stand and join me. And just making a conscious choice to trust in this moment. We simply open ourselves to what wisdom there is to be ascertained. What message of love is to be revealed. What epiphany of possibility are we called to open ourselves to? This moment puts us in a divine contradiction because it is so much greater than we are, and yet it is incomplete without us. Allowing ourselves to be fully in trust right here and right now, I simply know that there is a flow and a momentum that's seeking to make itself known in our experience that is leading us to brighter choices, to deeper gratitude, and to a profound lovingness that allows us to choose from that place of trust that brings forth a bounty of goodness, of friendship, of harmony, of creativity, and of divine flow. Allowing this into every area of our lives, we allow that relic of the inner critic to fade and that voice of our highest self to become the dominant one in our lives, leading us with love, with wisdom, with compassion, and with the grandest care. We give thanks for this thing called life and all that it has to offer us, agreeing to bring forth all that is within us, for it needs all of that too. We let it be, we let it become, and so it is.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning, here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. Want to sing with me? I'm diving in. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. I'm diving into the deepest kind of love, to the deepest kind of love, the sweetest kind of life, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
Daniel Nahmad, thank you. As we move into this time of offering, thank you for all that you do to financially support Mile High Church. October is also our pledge campaign. This is where we request from you a pledge for 2026. I'm so grateful that just over the last week we received over 100 pledges and over $250,000 pledged to Mile High Church in 2026. Isn't that awesome? And all we ask to do, you're always welcome to give more, but just think about what you already give on a regular basis. And that amount, it's not a bill, but what it does is it helps Michelle and I look at what we can accomplish in 2026 and beyond. And so it's very important to our upcoming planning. And we know for so many of you, it's also an important part of your own spiritual commitment. So we are so grateful for your participation in that. As part of our pledge campaign, we have a little bit of sharing each week. And I'm so grateful to invite Jay and Doris Brown to the stage Jay is an incredible practitioner here and serves in so many ways, including on our safety team. And Doris is a wonderful bright light. She's been serving in our bookstore, and I'm grateful to announce to you today that she's going to be our next bookstore manager. So we're so grateful for both of them. And thank you so much for just sharing a little bit about what Mile High Church means to you.
Thank you, Josh, and good morning, everyone. I'm Jay Brown. I'm one of your practitioners here at Mile High. And I came to Mile High for the first time in 2008 and got to see Dr. Rogers speak. And I had friends telling me, hey, Mile High is your thing. And it took me months to get here. When I heard Dr. Rogers speak, he just talked about the principles of science and mind and just remind us that like our thoughts create our outcomes and our experiences. God is everywhere, everything. And that love and gratitude was your guide. And I thought, wow, this might be my thing. And like in a few weeks, I literally kind of looked at all of you as my spiritual family. And I thought, this is a place I don't really have to change myself. I just have to allow it to grow and grow into me. So I was super excited, and I took the path, dug a little homework, started taking classes. And the more classes I took, I felt a calling. I didn't know Daniel was going to be here today. But his song, My Soul, resonates to a cellular level for me. And I had a calling just like that, becoming a practitioner. And I followed that path, and it deepened my own practices, but it enabled me to help other people and support them on their own journeys as well. But the one thing I didn't see coming was sacred service. And the more I did it, I got involved with safety team. Now I'm involved with choir, but there's so many things that you can do, but it opened my heart in ways I just didn't realize. It allowed me to show up with love, connection, purpose. And in doing so, I just realized that Spirit works through us as we give ourselves. And I just do a shameless plug in here for anybody that's wanting to be a sacred service. We have positions on safety team, ushers, all kind of things. So whatever your love is, there's something for you here to get involved. So I want to encourage that. And really, my life changed a lot since I've been coming to Mile High. It's transformed my life, but not just my life, but every facet of my life, from relationships to leadership to jobs to my love. So it's awesome. And I just want to thank each and every one of you for being my community. I love you all. Thank you.
Good morning. In preparing to speak to you today and share a little bit about my Mile High experience, I had a whole little timeline planned and a linear, just how you think about your life. And in the first service, as I was just soaking in the energy of our beautiful community and listening to Josh and listening to our music, it occurred to me that what I really wanted to share with you was 3 aspects of my journey that are undeniably deep and not linear at all. My journey is one of opening my heart to myself, feeling very alone in this world from the moment I really entered it, in unusual circumstances with family, feeling like I didn't belong. Moving into a 17-year-long religious experience, quite a box that I didn't really fit into, didn't feel that I belonged. I walked through the vote center doors for the first time in 2005, started my entire life over, single mom, divorced, 2 beautiful daughters, terrified to be here because I'm like, I don't belong here either. Just didn't feel like I belonged anywhere. But over time and coming back to the church because of my beautiful husband and his practitioner studies, it really brought me back through the door. And what then happened was that space of opening within me, beginning to take classes, beginning to be of service. The classes really opened my heart to myself. but being of service through choir and also volunteering initially in the Works of Heart store is what opened my heart to the idea of, I do have a community that I do belong to, and I belong to this planet, and I belong to the world, and I just belong. And that sense of belonging is it's so deep and tangible. So thank you for letting us share our story with you today. I'm so excited to continue to support all of you in your deepening your wisdom and practice inside of this beautiful community. Thank you.
Thank you to Reese and Jay so much. Would you do us the honors of leading us in our offering blessing?
Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And so it is.
One more song for you from me today. Thank you for the warm welcome, and thank you to this incredible music team. I have written a lot of songs in my life, and sometimes I write a song because it's something I need to say, but sometimes I write a song because it's something I need to hear. And I guess this song is the former, but it is definitely the latter. I've been working for years on writing my first musical, a full-length musical, and I'm almost ready to cast it and see what happens. But it is unendingly demanding of not just my energy and time, but for me to believe that that after writing the songs I've written and singing where I've sung and doing the shows I've done 25, 26, 27 years so far, that I still have more to say and more good to do, if that makes sense. So you may relate to this song in your own way. And here we go, a song about songs. It's a whisper. This crowd is way too loud for me to hear it, but I can feel it. It's a secret, a distant rumble of thunder shaking the ground, announcing the sound. And I alone can find the tone, the finest note I've never heard. They can take my money, they can have my car, they can mock my spirit, they can break my heart, they can run me down, tell me never return. But I guess that's a lesson that I've never learned, 'cause when this life is over, when it's said and done, I ain't gonna lie, I don't wanna die with my song unsung, my song unsung. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's no mystery where I learned to keep my mouth shut and behave. They said it's safer that way, but that's ancient history. If I don't speak up now, there's no one left to blame. I'm signing my own name, 'cause I alone can find the the tone and find the home that I never had. They can take my money, they can have my car, they can mock my spirit, they can break my heart, they can run me down, tell me never return. But I guess that's a lesson that I'll never learn, 'cause when this life is over, when it's said and done, I ain't gonna lie, no, I ain't gonna lie. I don't wanna die with my song unsung, my song unsung. What if no one listens? What if no one cares? If I'm soon forgotten, was I ever there? They can take my money, they can repossess my car, they can call me crazy, they can break my heart, they can run me down, tell me never return, but I'm tired of thinking that's what I deserve for all the years unlived when all I did was hide, all the love ungiven, the tears uncried. I'm letting it out, yeah, I'm letting it fly, gonna lift my voice to a clear blue sky. There's something inside me, it's time to come out, time to climb that mountain, take a look around, see what's up ahead, see how far I've come, see that never again is my song unsung.
Mr. Daniel Nahmod. Woo! Thank you. Beautiful. We are happy to say that you can stop at Daniel's product table out here in the lobby, on this end of the lobby, and see him, hug on him, take some of his music home. He also has jewelry there. His wonderful wife makes jewelry, and he's doing some trips next year, so stop and see him. He'd love to see you. We're so grateful that he has been here today. And we've got some things going on also for you folks who are here for the first time. We have a welcome center in the center of the lobby. We hope you'll stop there and get some information and pick up a hug or two and have any of your questions answered, your answers questioned. So we'd love to have you see there. And we have some things coming up tonight, don't we?
We do indeed, in just a few hours. Tonight is our candlelit healing light service. It's a very special one. It's the second Sunday of every month. It's at 5 o'clock here this evening. Candlelight, prayers, silent, and guided meditation. I'll be there. I hope you will be too.
And if you'd like to get some muscular action or some cardio, apparently our next pumpkin truck has arrived and they need help unloading pumpkins on the corner. So some of you want some of that physical exercise, please do that. And we've got some great things happening on the 17th. It's a really magical day here. Dr. Barry Ebert is starting his Bible class, New Eyes on the Gospel. It's a very popular class. You can register for it out at the registration desk or online. And we also have that evening a movie that is being shared with us by the Sacred Earth Ministry. If you'd like to come and see a movie about our earth and how sacred it is, they're showing the Living the Change on that night from 7 to 9 in the community center. So, and wasn't it an amazing message by Reverend Josh today? We're so blessed. So blessed. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. If you're so willing, stand and say a benediction with me before we sing the peace song. You can repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind, my body, and all that I do. I give thanks for it, and I accept it. Just the way that it is, and just the way that it is not. Thank you, life.
Let there be peace again.